Welcome to my corner of the internet. I'm the house hacker. Today I want to talk to you about Teslas. Specifically, I want to talk about the Tesla my brother bought, what my thoughts on it are, and then I want to dive into why I'm not going to buy one. In that section, we're going to talk about the cost benefit analysis of it, as well as we're going to be taught from the financial perspective, as well as we're going to be talking about the big concerns that I have with Teslas. So let's just dive right into this. My brother bought his Tesla last week and he drove it quite a bit in that time. And so far, based off of what he's told me, he's enjoying it. And when he went and got it, I was there with him and I was able to ride in it with him and we were able to test drive it and just kind of see how it performed. I thought the suspension on the vehicle was great. It accelerated quickly as advertised. It performed and maneuvered quite well. And I was very pleased with the way that the car performed. In terms of internal functions, there were so many little tiny things, little tiny details that I felt Tesla really got right. The first one is the sun visor. It's this magnetic connector. It's phenomenal. It's much better than the traditional design where you push into like this connection piece and it tends to wear, and then there's all kinds of issues that come from it. And then there were like these really cool graphical designs, like the display for the battery. I really like that. I thought they did a good job with that. And how they gave you a whole bunch of other data points that was also pretty cool. And then there was the temperature control system interface. That's a graphical masterpiece. The way that you're able to readjust it and the way that the graphic adjusts to you just moving your finger around on screen, I think Tesla did an exceptional job with that. Finally, I like the way that you're able to just easily access all of the cameras and the Sentry mode that's around your vehicle. I wasn't really able to see the full capacity of it because the cameras were still calibrating. It takes up to 100 miles for those to calibrate, and I was not there for all of those. But from what I did see, the ability to kind of just see the lines in the road and to see where the curb is, I thought that was pretty good. The simple design inside of the car, just having that center tablet acting as a center console for everything, I thought that was pretty great. There's all kinds of like little neat features, but those were the big ones that stood out to me. Of just, I really enjoyed seeing them. But now let's talk about the cost breakdown for for switching to a Tesla. My current car, which is a BMW 335i, fully loaded, is a $20,000 car if I sell it right now. Tesla, on the other hand, is if you get everything loaded into it, which I will get everything because that's just how I am. I like my cars with all of their options. The Tesla will cost $60,000, just over $60,000. When you pair that with the cost of a charging station, which I'm going to need to get and put in my garage, that would be another $600, maybe $700. And that's not counting the labor that would go into mounting it on the wall and doing all the electrical wiring. So we'd be looking at least $41,500 for the initial upfront cost. For recurring costs, I would be looking at an additional $688 for insurance every year being increased. And of course, I'd have to get the premium connectivity service, which would cost $120 a year. So now in terms of savings, I would be looking at about $900 in energy savings. And that's calculated by taking the total amount that I'd be spending on gas in a year and subtracting the total amount that I end up spending on electricity to fill the Tesla. And I use the averages of my state for kilowatt hours. I would also be saving about $735 on maintenance, and this is based off of the website CarEdge, where it estimates how much Teslas cost to maintain and how much BMW 3 Series cost to maintain. And this comes out to a grand total of $827 of saving every single year from the Tesla, which is a modest amount of savings. And it's not something that really perks my attention too much. But I mean, it is, no one's going to say no to $800. But what I think is even more valuable than those savings from purchasing the Tesla is the Tesla's ability to retain value. So I went to cars.com to see what used Teslas look like, and something to keep in mind: all of the Teslas that you see being sold at these secondhand, basically on cars.com, do not have the self-driving feature, and that's a $10,000 value. So keep that in mind as we compare those prices and we go down the list. And it's kind of crazy because some of those vehicles actually cost more used than their brand new counterparts. And that is an unheard amount of value retainment that you're seeing in vehicles. I mean, vehicles don't generally retain their value quite like this. All right, finally, I like to dive into the big issues that are currently putting me off from purchasing a Tesla. One of the big ones is charging anxiety, I think is what it's called. The idea that I'm going to be in a situation where a charger will not be conveniently located is something that I'm genuinely anxious about. And I know Tesla's working really hard to solve that, and maybe in a few years they will solve it. But right now, I'm just still a little on the edge about it. And the superchargers are helping quite a bit. I know it's partially even irrational to have this anxiety right now, but it is something that makes me a little nervous. I know it's not the most logical, but it's just how I feel. But the other issue is much bigger and much more concerning. The FSD, the full self-driving feature, is a $10,000 feature that you purchase. But did you purchase it? Is it yours? Because it doesn't seem that way. There is no clear path to transfer it from one vehicle to another. So if you purchase a new Tesla, you can't quite move it over. Well, what about selling your vehicle with that feature included as a perk? That's also not guaranteed. I mean, there are loopholes, but those are loopholes. And it's very possible that you're purchasing a car with full self-driving secondhand, and then once you get in it, some sort of issue happens with the transfer, and it ends up getting wiped. And Tesla won't bother restoring it because you aren't the person who purchased it. Tesla doesn't see the full self-driving as a feature like the battery inside of the car. They see it as a software package that is almost like a license. You're purchasing almost like a license to use it. But that's not what it's being advertised. And that's kind of where the problem is here. So if you purchase the car with full self-driving, which I would end up doing if I were to purchase it because I like my cars with all of their options. But if you were to purchase that, you immediately lose $10,000 of value as soon as you drive it off the lot. And that's kind of an issue. In terms of all other aspects of the car, it retains value well. But the full self-driving, that's a $10,000 value that can disappear. Let's say you're driving your car, someone hits you and totals your vehicle. It's gone. Will they transfer your full self-driving? Nope. And that's kind of the problem. You purchased a software package. They're treating it like a license, but it's a license that is associated with you, but also associated with your vehicle, but only when it's convenient to them that they'll associate with you, and when it's convenient for them, they'll associate with your vehicle. It's like you can't have it both ways. Either associated with you as a person, or it's associated with your vehicle. The fact that they can pick and choose is totally insane. So I really don't like that. That one really rubs me the wrong way. I think that's pretty unethical, and I disagree with Tesla doing it this way. I get that they're trying to, make every buck that they can, but I do think that there's unethical money and then there's ethical ways of making money. This is unethical. So when we look at the big picture, right? We're looking at about $800 in savings every year, which is $800, but it's nothing that it's not life-changing. At the same time, there are also these other major concerns that lead me to be really on the fence about it. I like the car. I like the way it performs. But I'm also not entirely sure that this is the right path, especially since I'm really happy with my car right now. And I like to keep my cars for a long time. I kept my last car for 12 years, and I've had this car for 6. And I think I got another good 3 years with it before I'm gonna be itching for a new car. So hopefully in those 3 years, Tesla can improve all of those things that I'm concerned about, and that my next car could be a Tesla. But right now, with the state of things right now, and with the way that I'm happy with my car, I'm not gonna buy a Tesla. And that's why my brother bought a Tesla, but I won't. So those are my thoughts on it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys at all interested in purchasing a Tesla? Are you guys on the fence about it? Let me know. And like and subscribe to the channel if you like this video, and share it, help the channel grow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.